Yo, yo. Yo, yo, what up, everybody? What is up? Welcome to the training. If you are just jumping on this training, I encourage you to drop your name in the comments. What's up, Lynn? Drop your name in the comments. Drop what market you are in, and drop your level of experience. What's going on, brother? Yes, drop your name, the market, and level of experience you're in. The reason why I want your name is because for whatever reason, the tool I use, which is StreamYard, some reason populates people's names sometimes, and then other times doesn't. So make sure you know who, or I know who you are, so I can give you a shout out. Lynn is here, but a lot of times I can't see absolutely everybody, so that is helpful to me. Now, Justin Colby, Rick Gonzalez from Houston here, still learning. What's up, Rick? Happy that you're here. Houston's a great market if that's the market you're looking to jump into. Nick, what up? Harold, what is up from Virginia? How are you, Harold? Love to have you guys. And obviously, the more I know about you, the better off I can help you guys. And this is going to be a great training today. It won't take a ton of time, but it will be a good, compact training for you guys. What's up from Houston? Great market. I love it. What's up, Joey here from College Station, Texas. The entire state of Texas is a great market. College Station, what a great market there. Happy to have you guys all on here. So let's jump into this training. What I want to be talking to you guys about is how you guys, whether you are just getting started, or maybe you have not yet done a rehab and you're trying to figure out how to do or analyze or estimate your rehab project, right? And so whether you're a wholesaler and you're trying to estimate it so you can at least give a number to your buyer of an estimated rehab, or you're maybe thinking about flipping your first deal, estimating a rehab is really, really important so you can have a good judgment of a range that you're going to go through and kind of, again, estimate what you're going to be going in and paying for. Now, obviously, over the last, call it 90 days, 120 days plus, the material costs have started to rise. Now, this is just as a moment in time, but you do want to pay attention to material. So point number one I want to give you guys will be this. Make sure you have a list of all of the materials that you would typically use. So, for example, kitchen cabinets, toilets, flooring, paint, and many more, whether you do appliances, lighting, etc., carpet, flooring, right? You get the point. Make sure you go to places like Lowe's, Home Depot, and have a list of what they retail for. Okay. So they will have people that will be able to help you because, you know, they'll say, oh, well, how big is your kitchen? How many square feet do you need for cabinetry? How many square feet do you need for countertops, right? Whether you're using granite or laminate or formica or quartz or whatever material, you should get yourself a good list. Take a Saturday, take a Sunday, go down to Lowe's and Home Depot and understand what those retail costs are. Now, if you're using a good contractor, a lot of times contractors will have wholesale costs. So you might be able to save a little bit of money. You're not going to save a lot, but you might be able to save a couple dollars. Now, the reason why you want to know what the retail cost is because if you're going into a property figuring that that property needs a full-blown interior remodel, then you want to, again, what I call is Bubba math. You want to have some good Bubba math on how much that interior remodel is going to cost. Now, this doesn't take into account taking down walls or adding square footage. A lot of that has more to do, especially taking down walls, with just a labor cost. Adding square footage is a whole nother territory that we're not going to get into today. But if you're just doing an interior remodel, new flooring, paint, new kitchen, new bathrooms, you need to know the price that you're going to be paying. Now, if you're like me, you're going to be hiring this stuff out. So you're going to be hiring a contractor. So the point number two will be is you need to find several different contractors to have conversations with. Now, the first question you're going to probably ask me is, where do I find these contractors? Well, the same old story is the same old story. You're going to go into Facebook. You're going to go into groups that are local to the market that you're in, and you're going to ask for referrals. Does anyone have any good contractors in Oklahoma City or Tulsa or Bloomington, Indiana, or Chattanooga, Tennessee, all of which are cities I've been doing deals in? And so you're going to ask in these Facebook groups, does anyone have any good referrals for some good contractors? From there, you're going to interview those contractors. You're going to have a conversation. And one of the first questions you're going to ask these contractors is, when you are doing a full-blown remodel, interior remodel, what is the price per square foot that you find to be the average on these homes, Mr. Contractor? And what you want to clarify for them is, if I were to do a full-blown gut job and I need a new kitchen, new bathrooms, new flooring, new interior paint, how much do you think that interior remodel will cost per square foot? Now, I will advise you on what I do for very, very simple Bubba math. As I've just mentioned, and Bubba math is my term. I may have coined it. I don't even know. What I have just mentioned to you, all of my properties essentially are under $300,000. All the properties I do, right? Now, I may wholesale a couple that are above, right? In Scottsdale, Arizona, those numbers are more like 600,000, 700,000. But most, 90% of the properties I do are under $200,000, or I'm sorry, $300,000. So immediately, because of my experience, I can put a number of $30 per square foot for a full-blown remodel. $30 a square foot. So if the home is 1,500 square feet, I know right away it's about a $45,000 job. Now, that's not an exact number. That is Bubba math. And you guys might ask me, how do I know that? Well, I've done, over 1,800 properties now. I've rehabbed over 600 properties. And so I just have an experience level that most of you don't. And so I can do that within roughly 10% usually. Sometimes that remodel, instead of being 45 grand, goes to 50. Sometimes it might be only 40. And it's just dependent upon few variables. Now, let me pause here and let you guys know I'm only talking about the inside of the house. I am not talking about if the home needs a new roof. I'm not talking about if you need to redo the pool. I'm not talking about if the home needs a new AC. All of those things will obviously increase the budget that you're estimating for your rehab. So if you are just looking at the inside, that gives you a starting point to understand. So again, going back to point number 2, you are reaching out to these contractors. You go into the Facebook groups that are local to your market. You ask for good contractor referrals. You get on the phone, you call them, you have conversations. One of the first questions you're going to ask them is, if I were to do a full-blown interior remodel in this property, in a property that's a 1,500 square foot property, what do you think price per square foot would be? And you might even suggest, do you think it would be $20 a square foot, $25 a square foot, $30 a square foot? Again, Mr. Contractor, I'm talking about a full-blown remodel that is, new kitchen, new bathrooms, new flooring, new paint. And let them give the thing that they're going to say is they don't want to quote you a number without seeing the home. I get that, Mr. Contractor, but I need to just start with a premise, a baseline of working with you. When I'm looking at a home and I'm considering buying it, and I know it needs a full-blown interior job, I want to have a baseline of what I think the remodel is going to be. And then we'll open up to you. Now, you also want to find out their experience, and you want to say, how much do you charge for the actual job? What is your labor cost? Because I understand it's material and labor. And so ultimately, there's going to be a fluctuation of just saying $30 a square foot, and that's the number. There's going to be a fluctuation depending upon the labor cost, and what else needs to be done to the home, right? Again, I actually was considering buying a, there's 3 duplexes in Bloomington, Indiana, and I actually ended up passing on it because the extra cost of the water damage to the home made me realize there's probably a number that I'm uncertain about. I don't want to do that on 6 different doors. I'm just going to pass. So there's going to be a fluctuation. But the very best way to do this, again, for you guys, is point number 1, understand the retail cost of materials. Point number 2, go to Facebook, reach out and ask for the best referrals for contractors and have conversation with those contractors. Ask them as many questions as you can think of. They're going to give you questions back. In fact, if they're actually remodeling homes, it could be even advantageous if you're in the market for you to go see and view their remodels. What type of quality work are they doing? You want to make sure that they are licensed, that they're licensed contractors, and just have those conversations. You should have 3, 4, 5, 6 conversations with contractors in that market. When I opened up Oklahoma City for the first time, we had probably about 4 different conversations. We utilized 2 out of the gates. One turned into be terrible. The other turned into a rock star. And we've used the rock star ever since. And that will happen for you guys if you are going to remodel. If you aren't going to remodel, and maybe you're actually considering about doing a wholesale business virtually, same idea. Just understand what their costs are. So when you budget what you're buying it at and what you're selling at, you realize how much are your buyers going to be paying for that remodel. You have a good premise of, let's just say if it's $30 square foot, you know that at least if they're doing a full gut job and this home needs it, they're going to be into it for $45,000 because it's a 15 square foot home, 1,500 square foot home, and they're paying $30 square foot. You at least have that premise. Now, if it needs a new pool, if it needs a new roof, if it needs a new AC or otherwise, there is some variance. But this will give you a great way to estimate the rehab, and it's something you should actually do on each one of your properties until you are able, like myself, to see some pictures and just have a straight up estimation, right? I also estimate roughly 10 grand for a roof. Is that an exact number? No. But again, if it's a 1,500 square foot home, it's going to be about that, right? If it's smaller, if it's bigger, there can be some variance. Is it tile? Is it not laminate? I'm blanking on the word, but there's some variances in there. But at least I know I'm going to be very close to the right number. And so again, things vary, but this is the best way to estimate your rehab project. All right, guys, that is it. I know that is probably simpler than you guys were thinking. If you guys have any questions for me, please ask. Also, if you're interested in working with me and having me hold your hand and coach you for the next 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, and actually do that every single week, go out, either make the comment in here in the comments, say interested, or go to the scienceofflipping.com, fill out a very simple form, and some of my advisors will get with you to see if I'm a good coach for you to help you either get started in this business, or even better, if you're rolling already and you're doing 2, 3, 4, 5 deals a month and you want to pour gas on it, let's have a conversation. See if I can help you out and really help elevate your game. Go to thescienceofflipping.com, fill out a quick form there. It says apply now, and some of my top advisors will get with you. So you can either drop I'm interested right here in the comments below, or you can go to thescienceofflipping.com. All right, John McNeil, what's up? Lynn, you're very welcome. Thank you all. I appreciate you all. Share this. Obviously, if you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, get over to YouTube, subscribe there as well. I'm live there as well. Thanks for the insight, Justin. I'll get working on that this week. Awesome. Thank you. Already started the coaching plan. He has a ton of good stuff in there, guys. Appreciate the comment. Appreciate you guys. Gail, I appreciate you all. Any questions at all as we wrap up this live training here on a Friday? All right. I see people jumping off. So it seems like everyone's busy. It's a Friday. You're probably going on vacation. You guys are probably living your best life. Go to scienceflipping.com. if you need anything. Do you tend to stay away from homes that need foundation work? Great question. So that is another one. I didn't mention foundation, but foundation is a very high price point thing. I don't stay away from them per se, but I've also done a lot of deals. So if you are, John, thank you very much. If you are wholesaling it, if you've never rehabbed a home that needs foundation, I would wholesale that project. Now, again, foundation can vary in price. It can vary in labor cost. So I would absolutely tell you, you want to ask these contractors, hey, do you do foundation? If you don't, can you refer me someone who does fix foundation? And so I can have a conversation, right? Because there's contractors that do work on foundation, and then there's contractors that don't. Actually, one of the properties I just bought in Oklahoma City needs a brand new foundation, completely new. So I'm actually right now getting quotes. My contractor does not do foundation. I'm getting quotes from other contractors that do foundations. And I worked exactly what I taught you guys today. I actually did on this property I bought in Oklahoma City. So, and then just get a quote. And now once you get a quote, now you have an understanding of what foundations cost, and you don't really have to be afraid of it. So that's my answer. Alex, I appreciate it. Appreciate you. Make sure you're subscribing to my YouTube channel. Make sure you're sharing my YouTubes. And besides that, guys, appreciate you all. Great question there about foundation. But besides that, I'm out of here. Peace.